Throughout history, the most extraordinary knowledge is rarely preserved for everyone. Every civilization accumulates skills, discoveries, and insights, but only a fraction survives in ways visible to outsiders. Much of what ancient empires achieved, engineering feats, astronomical observations, medicinal understanding, and societal organization, vanished into silence. In many cases, these civilizations deliberately obscured certain knowledge, hiding it from outsiders, from future generations, even from parts of their own population. The reasons were varied: power, secrecy, spiritual beliefs, or fear of misuse. Yet, the traces remain, whispering questions across millennia. Consider the libraries of Mesopotamia. Clay tablets and cuneiform records reveal advanced mathematics, trade logistics, and celestial observations far beyond what one might expect from the era. Some tablets were preserved meticulously. Others were buried deliberately, perhaps to protect sacred or dangerous information. Certain texts hint at technologies or techniques that were never recorded elsewhere, suggesting knowledge existed but was intentionally restricted. When empires fell, much of this knowledge disappeared with them, buried under rubble, sand, or water. Ancient Egypt, too, demonstrates this pattern. Temples and tombs contained inscriptions, diagrams, and hidden chambers that appear to encode complex engineering, astronomical alignments, and ritual practices. Some hieroglyphs suggest principles of construction or mechanics that modern engineers are only beginning to comprehend. Yet, the majority of this information was reserved for priests or the elite. Ordinary citizens may have participated in construction or ritual without ever understanding the underlying principles. Knowledge was stratified, accessible only to those in power, ensuring that certain discoveries could remain hidden even within a functioning society. The Maya and Inca civilizations offer similar examples. The Maya developed precise calendars, a sophisticated understanding of astronomy, and advanced agricultural techniques. Yet entire libraries were destroyed, possibly during conquest or due to religious decrees, leaving only fragments. The Inca built cities in the Andes with precise stonework, terraced agriculture, and hydraulic systems, but they had no written language in the conventional sense, relying on quipus, knotted string, to record data. This system was highly efficient but opaque to outsiders. Knowledge, in effect, was secret by design, preserved only within the civilization itself, often intentionally made inaccessible to potential invaders or the uninitiated. Even structures convey hidden knowledge. Megalithic sites like Stonehenge or Göbekli Tepe contain arrangements that encode astronomical events, seasonal changes, and ceremonial pathways. Their purpose remains debated precisely because their construction hides understanding. Modern archaeology can measure, map, and hypothesize. But without context, the full knowledge embedded in these stones remains elusive. The ancients knew something we do not. They left it intentionally encoded, layered, and obscured, as if daring future generations to interpret or ignore it. One of the most unsettling aspects of lost knowledge is the sheer variety of methods civilizations used to hide it. Some buried artifacts intentionally. Some encoded information in ritual, myth, or performance. Others restricted literacy to a priestly or scholarly class. Occasionally, knowledge was deliberately destroyed during regime changes, conquest, or religious reform. Libraries burned, texts shredded, temples dismantled. In each instance, the motivation was control, the control of information, power, or morality. But the result was the same: knowledge lost to time. The consequences of hidden knowledge are profound. When critical information is lost or restricted, societies may repeat mistakes previously avoided. Engineering techniques may need to be rediscovered. medicinal knowledge disappears. Understanding of natural cycles and celestial mechanics may vanish, leaving civilizations blind to patterns their ancestors observed. This loss is not always catastrophic immediately, but over generations it accumulates, erasing achievements and forcing rediscovery or reinvention. One particularly intriguing example is the Antikythera mechanism, discovered in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece. Dated to the 1st century BCE, it is an extraordinary mechanical device designed to calculate celestial positions with precision. For centuries, such technology disappeared entirely from human records. Scholars were forced to speculate how ancient engineers achieved these feats. The mechanism suggests that certain advanced knowledge existed and was subsequently lost, intentionally or inadvertently, and only resurfaced millennia later. This pattern repeats across civilizations: exceptional tools, techniques, and systems created, hidden, or forgotten. Religious and ritualistic contexts often played a role in preservation and concealment. Knowledge linked to the divine or sacred was considered too powerful or dangerous for the uninitiated. In India, Vedic texts were memorized orally for centuries before being written, allowing knowledge to survive in precise form but remain inaccessible to outsiders. In Egypt, certain sacred knowledge was preserved in secret chambers and rites, intentionally limited to priesthoods. These systems ensured survival, but also created intentional scarcity. Knowledge, in this sense, became both protection and restriction. Another form of hidden knowledge arises from political secrecy. Rulers often restricted strategic, engineering, or administrative knowledge to a small inner circle. Maps, military techniques, and governance methods could be withheld from wider populations to prevent dissent or maintain authority. The motivations were pragmatic, yet the result was the same. History lost critical insights. Future generations could rebuild, but often had to do so without guidance, reinventing systems that may have been perfected centuries earlier. The loss of knowledge also intersects with natural disaster and societal collapse. Floods, earthquakes, wars, and fires destroyed archives, monuments, and records. What was written in clay, papyrus, or stone could survive only by chance. Societies may have intended to preserve knowledge, but circumstance intervened. The combination of deliberate concealment and accidental loss ensures that much remains unknowable, tantalizing modern researchers and fueling myths of ancient wisdom beyond our understanding. Perhaps most compelling is the psychological effect on modern civilizations. When people uncover fragments of hidden knowledge, cryptic inscriptions, sophisticated artifacts, or ancient blueprints, they confront a humbling reality. Our ancestors often knew more than we assumed. What we take as primitive was frequently sophisticated, adapted, and intentional. Hidden knowledge challenges assumptions about linear progress, forcing a re-evaluation of what humanity has always been capable of. In the end, the lost knowledge of ancient empires is more than a historical curiosity. It is a mirror reflecting both the fragility and ingenuity of human civilizations. It reminds us that knowledge is fragile, survival is uncertain, and history is shaped as much by what is hidden as by what is preserved. Every stone, every tablet, every artifact may conceal secrets our modern world is only beginning to uncover. The past speaks in whispers, and it often hides its most important lessons deliberately. As we explore these lost secrets, we begin to understand that history is not just what was remembered. It is what civilizations chose to hide, preserve, or forget. And in these hidden corners, we may find not only answers, but warnings, patterns, and truths too profound to ignore. Subscribe to this channel for more. Don't forget to ring the notification bell so you never miss a story lost to time.